Welcome to the next edition of Ask the Expert, and I'm really pleased to be joined by Anuscha and Ziyaad, who are the co-founders of Spotty. Now, Spotty is a fantastic online platform that actually allows you to insure now and pay later. So really looking forward to kind of talking a little bit more about their journey with Spotty so far, also understanding how this platform actually works. And I also want to touch on the exclusive new partnership that's been announced with Insurancemarket.ae, which is, of course, very exciting and a great opportunity for customers and clients to really take advantage of this great platform and this great product. So, yeah, without further ado, welcome to the show.
Thank you for having us. Really appreciate it.
No problem at all. It's been a busy week, I would imagine.
It has been. But like I said, it's always better to be a lot busy
Absolutely.
as opposed to not.
Yeah, of course. So to kind of get started, it'd be good to just understand a little bit more about kind of the background and how you got to this stage with the business. So where did it all start?
For us, what we're basically trying to offer users is flexibility of payment. And I think, you asked the question, where did it all start? We initially started being an online business, and that's where the partnership with Insurance Market makes a lot of sense, because they're also taking some very traditional businesses online and they're trying to advance new ways of accessing what is very traditional products. So in that sense, our ethos and our partnership, it makes sense because we're also trying to do something very similar. I think in the current environment where you find yourself, there is a lot of uncertainty. Let me just say that, right? And in this uncertain environment, I think anything that you can offer the user that eases their burden is something that is welcomed, and that's why we're very excited about what we're trying to do. Yeah,
absolutely. And has it kind of been a model that's evolved over time? Was it focused on a certain industry to start with, and it's kind of branched out to others, or how did you get to where we are today?
Yeah, certainly. So we initially, like I said, we were very focused online on the fashion, beauty, and lifestyle segments. Lifestyle, of course, can be quite broad, and under that, what we found is the acceptance, both from various industries as well as consumers, has been enormous. And for that reason, we are looking to branch out where we can do the offering, where it makes sense, both from the vendor, the merchant who's offering the product, as well as for the consumers who want to access it. So yeah, definitely. I think that there's a lot of scope for it. We are a new company, so we've been cautious in how we expand. But I think just given how the product has been accepted, I think there's a long way for us to go, and we're very excited by where we think we can take this.
Yeah, absolutely. And it's a good point about how it's been accepted, and I guess it's something that perhaps a lot of people, customers are kind of crying out for. That word flexibility that you mentioned is something great to be able to offer people, and also on the back of the the current situation as well, for sure.
Yeah, definitely.
So I think the key here, when we talk about Spotty, the key here, really what's different from, say, us versus a credit card, traditional form of financing, is really sort of that ease of use, right? For a customer in order to be able to use us on any one of our nearly 100 merchants online or offline, they just need to walk in. Super simple sign-up process. It takes less than 2 minutes in order to be able to do that, and you get a real-time decision on the spot. What our customers have when we're asking for feedback from our customers, and it's like, what is it that's really driving them to use us over and over again? Because we are building up quite a strong and loyal base. It's because of the fact that it is that easy to use. The best part about this is that, and I cannot emphasize this enough, there really is no fees for the customer, right? There's no interest, there's no charges, and there's really no catch, right? When you actually make it as transparent as possible, and as transparent and easy as that, it just makes for less friction for the customer, right? I think that's on the flip side of it, that's one of the things that when we get calls into the company as to questions from our customers, that's one of the things that keep coming back to us, is to like, what is the catch? And there's just no way for us to re-emphasize the fact that there really isn't any catch. The product works very simply. The more you use us in a responsible manner, the higher your spend limit becomes. We're observing your behavior, the way that you use our product, and your past behavior across all of our merchants in order to be able to determine that spend limit. So it's kind of like, we trust you, right? You trust us. Creates a beautiful relationship.
Absolutely. And it's it's such a kind of an interesting point, and the fact that you're getting asked that question, what is the catch? Because it sounds so good, and the good thing with this one is it's actually true, right? There is no catch, there's no charge, there is no interest. This is a fantastic opportunity for customers to take advantage of right now, and certainly with the flexibility that's required at the moment. So yeah, to kind of reiterate that, there is no catch, right?
Right.
Coming back to the point around customer centricity and our partnership with Insurance Market, I think that's another avenue where our values are completely aligned, because there's on one side you have a vendor who wants to give the best to their consumer, and our commitment to our consumer is exactly what you mentioned earlier. There will never be a catch. It is what you get. There's no fine print, and it's important for us to build that trust within the community in order to make sure that we are always delivering on that.
Yeah, absolutely. And has there been kind of a particular increase that you've noticed due to the recent or kind of current situation that we're going in? Has that had a major impact on the business? Has that kind of worked well for you, or? So
we went live in April of 2020, right? It was you were really in the heart of all the chaos. But we decided that we wanted to launch because we felt that there was a strong need for the product in the market, and that has been validated. We've got both some amazing stories by vendors who've told us that this has been a boon for their businesses because they're now able to attract and bring back both old and new consumers. We've got consumers telling us, this is a product that I will use over and over again, and it's a much needed service. And all of the uncertainty and the negativity, I think we've been able to find something that gives the users as well as the industry and the merchants something that is powerful.
Yeah, no, it's kind of timing it right in a way to some extent, for sure.
So if you think about it, right, there are two macro tailwinds, and there are two large movements that are going around the world that cannot be denied. There's one which is an increasing form of alternative payment options, right? When I look at payments as an industry, I think cash is one of the most outdated forms.
I would agree.
Of currency and transactions that you can do, right? So what is Spotty effectively doing? It is a different form of payments. It is trying to increase that reduce those frictions of payments. So that it's a leap in technology in order to be able to facilitate transactions, whether it's online, whether it's offline. And the fact is that whether with or without COVID, that was where the world was headed, right? Like it was just cash is decreasingly being used around the world. This region is no different. The second macro tailwind that cannot be, or the second macro truth that would have happened regardless of COVID, is that there is an increasing shift from online from offline to online, right? There's as online stores proliferate, as the brands continue to find different ways in order to be able to reach their consumers, right? In the US, in the US and in Europe and in Australia and even here, everyone thinks about this term of omni-channel, sort of being wherever your customer is, right? The customer is online, the customer is offline, and increasingly the customer is going online. So you have to be where that traffic is. So for us, when you think about it, regardless of whether COVID happened or not, these two truths could not be would have happened. Would have happened.
Yeah. So it was kind of something that was going that way anyway, and maybe to some extent this is kind of made that process happen a little bit sooner, a little bit faster, and maybe on a slightly larger scale to some extent as well. So.
Right. Because if you actually look at the data, right, the interesting thing is as a result, I think it was Deloitte that came out with a study for the region and said that 52% of users have now stated that their purchasing behavior has materially shifted as a result of COVID, right? And I'm talking about 52% of the users within the region, and I'm talking about the broader MENA region, right? So these were the consumers that had never transacted online before, right? But now are, because of the fact that there is a certain amount of convenience and ease of use and less friction online compared to offline. I'm certainly not saying that the offline world is going away anytime soon, especially in countries like the UAE, right? The offline forms a very important part of the retail ecosystem, right?
Yeah.
But the fact is that when you think about the best retailers, even the best retailers here, they are diversifying and sort of being where the customer is.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, absolutely. So if we just kind of talk a little bit about the insurance industry, do you believe that kind of particularly in this region that it's almost been crying out for a product like this, would you say?
I would say that, when you actually think about what the product does itself, right? At the end of the day, we're a budgeting tool, that's it, right? So we want to be able to match a consumer's cash inflow with a consumer's cash outflow, right? The interesting thing about insurance and the way that insurance has been designed typically it's like you pay for insurance that carries you through a year, right? So you get protection for a year, where you have to pay for it up front, right? So there's a mismatch of that cash inflow versus cash outflow. This is just trying to smooth that process over.
Provide more options, which is always a good thing, right?
Absolutely right. Yep.
And then if we look at, obviously, a partnership recently announced with Insurancemarket.ae, which is a fantastic partnership, no doubt. Why Insurancemarket.ae? How does that work so well for you guys?
The fact is that Insurance Market is the best, is the biggest, right? They provide, as Anuscha had mentioned, there are similarities with the way that they treat their customers and that sort of customer centricity, right? So when we look for merchant partners, we're looking for those partners that share those same customer values and that want to help their customer get the best deals, that want to help the customer budget and live their lives to the fullest.
Yeah, no, I love that. I think it's great. It's not just about matching a product to the company and what they do. It's that those shared values as well, right?
That's
really
absolutely
wanting
that's absolutely
to help the
right.
customers at the end of the day as well, and giving those options and the flexibility is really, really good. So,
absolutely, I would say Insurance Market does that phenomenally well.
Yeah,
right. Like it's been doing that phenomenally well in the region for so many years, and partnering up with someone like that, because that's what we're just here to help out the consumer.
Yeah,
right. Especially during these uncertain times. That's what we want to do.
Okay, so I'm sure you've been asked this question a few times, and you probably will get asked it a few more, and so will we. Somebody that wants to use this, how does it actually work? What do they need to do? How can they take advantage of this?
So the process is actually designed to be super simple and super easy for a user to use. From a perspective of somebody who's looking to insure their car, once they've gone through the process of deciding what kind of insurance they want and they get interact with their advisor, they're basically sent a payment link, not too dissimilar to any other payment link that they're already used to accessing. They get access to that payment link and then they sign on to Spotty. The process takes less than 2 minutes, and you only need some very basic information: your name, your phone number, your date of birth, and then they're effectively on the platform. If you're actually a Spotty user, then it's a one-click process where you simply get sent the payment link and you can complete it after you've picked the plan. Currently, we offer 2 plans. One is the ability to spread the payments every other week, so bi-weekly program, and a monthly program where you're able to spread the payments over every other month. So again, what we're trying to do is give the users as much of the flexibilities, and they can decide which plan they want to pick, and there's no cost difference irrespective of which plan. It's just there to give more flexibility. So super simple sign-up process, very easy to use, and an interface that the consumer is already familiar with.
Wow, so it's not only is it easy from the start, it's also about kind of making it easy once they're into this as well, and in terms of the process, very simple to use, quick. As we know, right? Consumer nowadays wants everything at light speed, and we're delivering on that. Yeah, and then they've got two options that they can choose in terms of the payment plan, so they've got further choice in there as well.
Exactly.
Amazing.
I think the interesting emphasis here is that if you're already a Spotty user, which means that if you've already used us at any one of our other merchants, right, that one-click process exists. Okay. So once you've signed up with Spotty, you are able to use us across our entire network. So it doesn't sort of stay limited with Insurance Market, or vice versa.
Yeah. So kind of taking advantage of this at any point prior to Insurance Market or now with Insurance Market will actually help you as a a consumer going forward.
Correct.
To be able to use this for different opportunities.
Absolutely. Whether, yes, so it's, you can use Spotty in order to be able to buy your insurance, or you can use Spotty for your beauty needs, your fitness needs, your fashion needs, right? It kind of goes all across. What we want to do is kind of be there to help the consumer out in all walks of their life.
Brilliant. Obviously, we hope that they get their insurance sorted first before they do that. But
absolutely.
It's amazing that they can obviously then kind of continue to benefit from this as well going forward.
Once they've signed up with us and sort of seen the benefit that they get from their insurance, we would highly encourage them to go out, look through our other brands, and look through the shop directory, and start using us in all other walks of their life as well.
Brilliant. Okay. So it's obviously kind of early days in the business, I guess, launching at a crazy time. What's next for you guys? What's next for Spotty?
There's so much for us to do. We are constantly thinking, well, first and foremost, we're constantly thinking of what is it the consumer wants? What can we offer from our platform that will enhance their experience? So we've, for different merchants, we've already got different solutions. For the merchants that have a large offline presence, we have developed an offline product, for example. For the merchants who are trying to potentially tackle cash and delivery, for the merchants that are online and are trying to tackle cash and delivery, we have a no pay today option. So we're already extending the optionality both to our merchants and our consumers. Okay. So there is a constant evolution of our product that will remain in our roadmap. And then we're also thinking about geographic expansion. We're thinking about where else can we go next. We're already, as mentioned, been operating in UAE. We're also operating in the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia at the moment. So we have, and then we are looking for geographies beyond that as well. So across the board, there's a lot that's happening, and there's for us as a business, we're just constantly looking to evolve. And I think as long as we stay true to our core values, which is offering the users what they want, I think we have a very long way to go.
Yeah, absolutely. So it's an exciting time, a busy time, but lots to come by the sounds of it.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Excellent.
Definitely.
And just to kind of finally touch on it again, the partnership obviously announced in the last week with Insurancemarket.ae. Is this something that is kind of available to other insurers in the market, or is this like an exclusive partnership?
It's exclusive with Insurance Market. So I think they were, again, just echoing what Ziyaad had said earlier. There's a match, not just in terms of what we're giving to our consumers, but in terms of our values and how we operate. And so it was fantastic finding a partner like that to work with, and so we did go exclusive with them.
Fantastic. Well, a very important and fantastic benefit for the clients as well of Insurancemarket.ae to take advantage of, and a great product. And yeah, it sounds like it's been a very busy time, but a lot busier times to come for you. So yeah, I really appreciate your time today. I appreciate you coming in, and yeah, very interesting to talk to you, and looking forward to seeing this partnership grow for sure. So
are we. We're very excited by it, and thank you for having us here today. But we think that there's going to be a lot more for us to do together.
Definitely. No, 100%. Yeah, no, it's very exciting times indeed. So thanks again, and yeah, wishing you all the best, and this partnership all the best as well. So yeah,
thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks a lot.
Thank you.